Hi, mystery writers. This is Write a Killer Mystery. My name is Zara Altair, and this is where we talk about making a good mystery great. First of all, to all my subscribers, I want to thank you so much and apologize for the big lapse in time. I was very ill, and I essentially came to a screeching halt. So anyway, I'm much better and I'm back and I'm really happy to be back. And I want to thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, just, you know, click subscribe and the little notification bell and you'll know when um, the next video is up. So today I want to talk about giving your characters opinions because it is a fabulous way to enrich your characters, deepen your story, and get your readers engaged. So I think a lot of times first-time writers struggle with uh, you, you know how to show emotions and I think one of the, as opposed to tell, like Sam was angry, don't do that. You want to show how Sam was angry. And I think one of the best ways you can do that is by giving your characters opinions. They're going to have opinions about people, they're going to have opinions about the culture, they're going to have opinions about anything. So give them opinions because as a writer, you want your characters to feel human. And one of the best ways to do that is to give them opinions large and small. And whether your reader agrees with your character's opinions is not as important as making that character feel real to your reader. So I want to say that again. Whether your reader agrees with your character's opinions is not as important as making that character feel real to your reader. So it doesn't matter if your character's opinions align with your reader's opinions. They can make the reader can form their own opinions about your character. But what's going to happen is that character is going to feel real to your reader because they have opinions about things that are going on. And mystery writers have multiple opportunities to create character opinions. As your sleuth navigates the victim's world, interviewing suspects and discovering clues, you can give them opinions about suspects, about their social place, about their emotional reactions, and about their smoke screens. There's plenty of places for your sleuth to have opinions. For instance, one of the reasons that readers love Michael Connelly's Harry Bosch is because he has opinions. He has strong opinions, and he has opinions about everything. So opinions make characters relatable. And the reason they are relatable is because the reader understands their attributes, both the positive and the negative attributes that they have. So don't be afraid to give a character an opinion that might not resonate with everybody. The humanity of the opinion is what resonates with the reader. You're really creating a very human character when they have opinions. Okay, so that's good. So how do you do this? How do you add opinions? So you can weave character opinions into your novel. It's not that hard. Opinions work best as inner monologue and also in dialogue. Those are the two major places where you can just opinion away for your characters. So let's talk a little bit about inner monologue. That's when the character is thinking to themselves. It gives voices to your character's thought. That's essentially what an inner monologue does, and it's the perfect place for a character have an opinion. Your reader gains insight into your character's immediate thought process, and it brings them into that scene wherever the opinion is happening, and the abruptness of the internal voice provides information and increases the tension in the scene. So, whoa, your character has an opinion. Now what are they going to do with that? So your reader's wondering, okay, we've got the opinion. Now what's that character going to do? And many beginning writers use inner monologue I can't talk, to express feelings like anger or sorrow. He felt his hands turn into fists of anger. She thought her tears would never end. But you can add subtext to your inner monologue with opinions, and that's going to be a much more real for your reader. Fists can clench, but showing your character's opinion of a corrupt and manipulating entrepreneur, for example, adds dimension to your character. It's something the character relates to, and it's something your reader relates to as well. They can empathize with that opinion, and it's actually, as far as the reader is concerned, it's actually stronger than the clenched fists. Okay? So also, opinions about other characters, as your sleuth goes through the story, he meets a lot of people. There's suspects, there's opposition, and there's events that create obstacles to your sleuth solving the mystery puzzle. So opinions can reveal your character's point of view about all of these things. So giving your reader that internal dialogue about your character's current situation right there in that scene deepens your reader's response to your character and the scene. So you get a double whammy. They're responding to your character, and they're also responding to that moment right now while they're reading your story. And one of the best ways to demonstrate your character's inner conflict is with opinions. So we've got the outside world, but then there's the character's inside world. And for instance, if your character sees two sides to something, her opinions guide the reader into the dilemma. So she may have an opinion one way, and then she says, yes, but I have this other opinion, and they seem to be at odds. And so your reader's right there empathizing. Everybody has dilemmas in their life, and when your character has dilemmas, that deepens that connection for your reader with your character. So go into your character's thoughts with those opinions. And now let's look at dialogue, because we can broaden the scope in dialogue, because we have not just your protagonist, the sleuth, but you have the other characters in your story. And gosh, they can be opinionated as well. So just think of it as your characters don't need to keep their opinions to themselves. And especially in tense situations, people are often pressured to let go with their opinions about things. So your main character, your protagonist, has ample opportunity to express opinions while talking to others. But, there's the sidekick and the mentor and the love interest and all the supporting characters. They're perfect foils for your protagonists to air opinions. They can have dialogues where one person has one opinion and the other says, yeah, but, and they express their opinion. And suspects provide opportunities for your sleuth to express opinions. She may respond to a comment by a suspect that elicits an opinionated response on her part, or your sleuth may respond to a suspect's opinion with his own personal opinion. And an opponent, that person who's got some personal reason. This is not the villain. This is not the murderer in your mystery. This is somebody who's just, for whatever the reasons, is causing a lot of trouble for your sleuth. So an opponent can push your protagonist's buttons, and that's usually what they do. And in fact, that's their story job. So in a heated moment, your sleuth may have the perfect opportunity to express opinions when an opponent sets up an obstacle. So there's inner thoughts and then there's spoken words, and you get to play with all of these. But opinions really bring your readers on board with your characters, and they bring them into the scene. And opinions are really powerful. So you don't have to limit yourself to, emotions like anger or sadness or loneliness or any of those things. You can have opinions. Your characters can have opinions about anything that's going on in their world. Um, and that's going to deepen the relationship with your reader and get them more excited about your story. So, be an opinionated writer. Your characters' opinions don't need to be yours. I mean, you can really have a lot of fun with this when you're writing. You use your imagination as you work in your character backgrounds, and list some opinions that that particular character may have, and especially if they're opinions that are at odds with your sleuth opinions. Um, make sure their opinions fit their profile, and then play with it, have fun with it, and your readers will really appreciate your relatable characters. Okay, so go out there and be an opinionated writer. I'd love to hear. Please write in the comments what you think of this. What's your opinion about character opinions? Let me know. I'm really happy to be back. And thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.